All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to Engineering the Markets. Although I am covering for Jared, but welcome, guys. Hopefully, you guys had um, an amazing day yesterday, and hopefully, you're having an amazing morning. So, let's just take a few things over here. So, Jared not feeling too well today, guys. We hope he's better soon. Wish him all the best this morning. So, um, all right, guys, let's hop on here. We're just gonna have a little bit of kind of informal preparation here, just get setting up here so we can get going, and then we'll take a look at what's early already in our gappers list. We have some stuff there already. We'll take a look at some of the stuff that we had yesterday on our list as well. So since we're starting so early, we have some time to go through that pretty slow, answer some questions, whatever we can get into this morning. So with that said, let me make sure I got my YouTube friends on as well. There we go. And let's see what we have here. So let's take a look at what we had yesterday, starting with Baba. Baba was on our list yesterday. And again, it seemed to be for me, it was a difficult day by far. It was just a lot of stuff. It was very, very choppy, not a lot of continuation. For me personally, Baba saw some of that choppiness here, guys. Had a good pre-market action and great volume, and just didn't turn into anything after the bell, right? Just kind of went sideways the entire day. Just look at this here. The entire day just went sideways. I also had Neo. Neo, if I would have paid more attention, Neo turned out to be very, very good. Neo had a nice little drop here. It did put in a beautiful double bottom as well. A little too high on on the on this leg here, right? And then to come back for a double bottom, it went above the VWAP, so it's a little difficult to trust that. But again, if you had some opportunities here, right? You had a clear base where you found support in the past, and then that played out again nicely. You got another opportunity here as well, right? We love when these levels break through the resistance area, come back and retest. That's also another way to trade a strategy, and that did this very well. And you can see there how nice that retest was and the beautiful continuation on it. So that did very well there also. And you got a nice pop towards the high of the day and then some, right? So that was good on Neo. We had SoFi. SoFi was dropped as well. You had a nice little drop here, test the VWAP, and another great drop. I didn't look at Sophie's intraday action. I saw it when it was like here. I'm like, oh, I actually did something in the morning. But again, I'm just not a big fan of SoFi at all. I'm just don't watch as much as I should. But yesterday did pretty decent. Again, it seemed like everything I was watching was just so choppy. Even Apple, you had these two spots over here where you had something going, but outside of that, it was just again just a lot of chop yesterday. So Lucid was also choppy, although you see it now, it looks like oh it went up, it went down. But if you look at the price action closely, also a lot of chop happening there on Lucid. Ford didn't have a fun morning. I did see the opening. It was very choppy. I didn't bother to look at it after that. And it just didn't really do much in that first hour or so. It did drop later in the day. But again, we didn't get anything going early on Ford there. So that's what we had yesterday. Overall, SPY. Let's take a look there. And again, you can see the daily. This was what my trading looked like yesterday. Chop all over the place, right? And ended red. A small red, but still ended red. It's just nothing was. There was no continuation. At least I didn't find anything. There's a for me there is a clear difference when the SPY does something like this, when it does something like this, on how other stocks actually trade. It just feels like there's a lot more continuation, right? And we saw that a little bit last week. We saw it in the previous weeks where when the SPY is trending nicely, man, up or down, doesn't matter. You're gonna have stocks that do very well. When it does what it did yesterday here, it's not as fun. That's for sure. At least there is some kind of correlation with that, obviously, especially if some stocks don't really have a catalyst, right? If a stock doesn't have a catalyst, you are going to not get some good momentum continuation, right? So that could be tough. CFC on YouTube, you had a rough day yourself. Yeah, it was pure chop. It was pure chop. All right, for those just joining us, we are covering for Jared this morning. Jared is not feeling well, so we just kind of lay back. I got my coffee here, I got my water. We can answer some questions. What do you guys are looking to this morning already? What do you guys like? Any good catalysts out there that you guys been looking at? Any good continuation plays that possibly can take effect today? BA, we'll start with UJS. So you're giving us BA this morning. BA is starting to get going here. Do they have anything going on? any catalyst on BA. We'll take a look at Benzinga. Let's hop on over here and see if Benzinga has anything going for us this morning. Let's click there and let's bring this out. And for those that are not part of the community, or if you are just joining us, again, you got that Benzinga logo there on the chat. That's just not for your health. You can actually click on that logo and it'll give you this little thing over here, right? So all right on here, if I expand it more, it'll look better as far as the tickers. In fact, let me move it all the way out here for now. There it is. You can type BA up here, and then this will bring up any news on BA. See, but BA is a bad ticker because so many. It's gonna bring up stuff like Barclays, right? Because it has BA on it, so it's just not the best ticker on there. What if we type Boeing? Maybe that's better. Am I spelling that right? I hope I am. No, there we go. Yeah, that's actually better because BA is just not a great ticker to search here. It's too many things with a BA on it. Because what this search does, by the way, as I'm doing now, you can actually type the name of a company, not just the ticker, and you can also type in like a news, like if something that could be in the header, like a FDA, right? So you can come in here, type in FDA, and it'll give you anything that has an FDA type of approval. These usually tend to, do some stuff, right? FDA approves pharma temps phase 2 trial. So, this could be something going on there with that. That's another way to search things. But going back to Boeing here this morning, let's see. 737 Max to resume service in China. We had that before, but I guess there's more happening on that. But that news is not that's not new. Anything else here? 737. Yeah, so it looks like just stuff on the 737, but again, looking like it's yeah, Michael. So I heard that catalyst before. Maybe it's more official now. I mean, that's great news for them, right? If they can resume that, so that's nice. They're getting a nice pop, 2%. Definitely good this morning. So yeah, looking for a continuation there. The daily looks good too, guys. Right? We were yesterday we broke out a little bit out of this range, this area of resistance, and then today hopefully we can get going. We definitely got some room to run here on BA. I can't get it to pop up my screen for some reason. Missed the notifications. Oh, that's strange. What browser are you using? Just curious. All right, take a look at some other stuff here. TSM. Now TSM is somewhat foreign, I believe. It's a Taiwanese company, right? And there's been a couple of days where it actually has done something. It has actually traded well, and the last couple of days, actually looking at this now, having looked at this closely, you can see the increase in volume here, and the daily candles looking much, much better. What's the news on TSM? Maybe today I'll watch TSM. What's the news? TSM. Semiconductor. Okay, so they had good earnings. They had earnings less. No, news guidance. So they had guidance because their earnings are pre-market today. Did it come out already? Looks like it might have. Volume is okay. Yeah, so here, okay, they reported. Yeah, reported. Yeah, so all right. So that's what it is. They have earnings, so they're doing pretty good there. They definitely crushed. The numbers look good for TSM. Normally, I wouldn't watch this stock, but no, today might be interesting. But it looks like even before, looks like people knew this stock was going to do well because look at the last couple of days how well this thing has been doing. So someone leaked something somewhere. That's looking pretty good. Let's get rid of our watch list here. We can start putting some of the stuff we have here. Let's go ahead and put in BA. That is looking good this morning, right? So we'll put BA here. I'm gonna put TSM. We'll see how that's going to trade out today. Right now, good catalyst, looking well. Let's see if that means anything for us this morning. And yeah, let's keep going down the list here. A couple of people over on YouTube. Nvidia. Lorena is giving us Nvidia. Let's see what's going on there with Nvidia this morning. Yeah, I think Nvidia didn't do great yesterday, but Nvidia, Apple, all these tech companies. My favorite one, as you guys know, is Apple. Right? I love watching that one. But Nvidia, how about MU? MU's been doing anything? No, MU seems to be the least favorite of all of these, at least for me, right? They tend to not get great action. They had a couple of days which they did very well, but for the most part, it seems like they don't do very well lately, which is funny because in the past we used to trade MU so much. It was such a good trading stock. It was on our list all the time, right? But not looking so good this morning. If you hear me take pauses, guys, because I'm having my coffee as we get started this morning. We'll grab my headphones. Soon I'll grab my camera. I'm actually charging the battery for the camera because this is usually when I charge it. When Jared's doing his thing, I'm listening and charging my camera, having my coffee, and then rocking and rolling, in 10 minutes. So I'm doing that with you guys live this time. So MU, no good there. And let's take a look at Delta Airlines. Delta Airlines. And they have some volume this morning. I'm seeing that. So the volume is there on Delta Airlines. News on Delta. Let's take a look. Do we have any earnings, pre-market earnings? So yeah, that could be interesting to watch. Delta looks like they did well. Let's take a look here. Benzinga News. Let's see what the Delta report looks like this morning. Delta Airlines sees Q1 capacity 80-85%, so that's good and increasing in stuff. Sales are compared to same quarter in March. All right, so same. They beat estimates. They beat sales. All right, they beat everything, which they should because these companies have not been, they have not been doing well. So that's nice. They're beating some stuff there. So they're popping up. I wonder if that's going to. Who else is reporting? Is American Airlines reporting as well or no? No, not sure. American Airlines. American Airlines. No, not reporting. But again, they're seeing some of that pop right there. So they're liking whatever Delta is doing. Oh, my keyboard just died. Oh no. Delta. There we go. My keyboard's been giving me the charge message. I got to do that. I got to connect it to charge it. It's been doing that for like the last 2 days. It lasts forever, and I just got to get the cable. I can't find it. All right, cool. So what else we have, guys? So Delta is good. Could be interesting. I agree. I'm gonna put Delta here. I think that one is nice this morning as well. So we'll have Delta ready to go. AMAT, AMAT. They had a couple of good days here. I don't like this one as much as I do other tickers. I think it can trade a little funky and a little light at times, right? It's applied material, so they can be a little thin when it comes to volume. So I'm always concerned with that, and for their price, for what I like to do, they should be trading more volume, more movement. So not a big fan. So you guys excited about TQQ? What's going on with TQQ? What's happening? This huge gap down to 76. No, that's not a drop. Let me see here. What's this 150? Where's that on the daily? What's going on? Oh, a split. Yeah, that makes sense. That's a split. Yeah, it won't. Man, listen, if this thing gap down like this, we will be in a serious situation this morning. Yeah, no, this is something different. It'll be a whole nother ball game if that was an actual gap down. Agree. So it's just like a split there, especially on that ETF, right? So that's what's happening there. You know what? No pronounce, no way. He's saying that no electronic keyboards are based on Andrew's book. Yeah, I agree. But electronic keyboards, I always use wireless keyboards and stuff like that. You mean wireless? I think is what you mean. And man, I have never had a problem. These keyboards they're so good. Right? You can't go cheap, obviously, but they're so good. That it if you think you're going to miss a good entry because the transmission from your keyboard wirelessly to your thing, I don't know. I don't know. If you feel that you missed an entry because of that, then you should definitely get the computers to do the trading. Um, so all right, let's see here. All right, perfect. Space. Let's take a look at space this morning. Space is good, man. They are not going where they need to go here. No takeoff for them. They are down 11.6, man. What a what show. Oh man. Oh boy, oh boy. Let's put this on here. Space, yes. Space is good. Space is good on our gappers list as well. We haven't gone through our gappers list. Maybe we should, but space is on here, guys. Down 11.6. Man, what a hit. News on this. Let's go to Benzinga. Right, you don't do that without doing anything. All right, so they had earnings. They announced proposed 425 million convertible senior notes offerings. They have an offering. They have an offering. You know, offerings usually are, you know, they're not the best catalyst, but I notice offerings on big companies like this one, you know, space, you know, big popular companies, they tend to do stuff at times, right? Because we've seen it where, you know, is offerings and we're like, oh, we're not going to watch this company, and then next thing you know, that company that, you know, is whatever, from whatever reason, it traded decent at the bell, you know, so maybe that could do something. All right, joining me this morning will be Thor. I'm gonna send him over a link. Norm is not feeling well. He has some rough night last night. He let us know yesterday he was not doing well. So wish him all the best as well. Speedy recovery. Hopefully he's doing. He'll be fine. It's just, you know, these things take you down sometime. So let's send Thor the link so he can join us this morning. Let's take a look here. Let's send him that information. But yeah, but space guys looking good. I mean, it's moving here. 11 down 11%, 1.8 million shares traded. What could happen on a news like that is that it might just chop around, right? You just might get a lot of chop with a lot of volume at the market open, which is not great for us. We need things to move. We don't just need volume, we need them to move. We need that continuation. So hopefully we can see some of that on space, but that is typically usually not a great catalyst. And sometimes what happens is you'll get this initial drop here. You'll land at a level at the whatever price you're going to be at, and then you'll just move sideways, right? You might get a small pop right back down, just move sideways with a lot of volume crushing through it, but it just doesn't become good for us and what we're trying to accomplish, right? So that is the issue sometimes with these offerings type catalysts. Let's see, we go here. AMD. All right, AMD, let's take a look there. AMD, all right, Thor has that list there. Let's take a look at AMD this morning. What do we have here? I like AMD's pre-market, light on volume, but I like the price action itself, right? It's got some nice range here, so that's good. So AMD looks good there. Let's put AMD right on here. Very good, very good. So there's AMD, good to go. What else, guys? What else you guys like? Anything with a catalyst that we should look at that might not be in our gappers list? If it's on our gappers list, we're going to go through it, but anything that might not be on here that you like this morning, anything you traded well yesterday that maybe you want a continuation on today. Sometimes I do that. I look at the stuff I traded yesterday. You know, well, today I will not be looking at what I traded yesterday, because yesterday everything looked pretty bad for me, at least what I traded. DWAC. I'm not a huge fan of this one. I think it can be tough to trade at times. I think it can be very light on volume. The last couple of days we've seen an increase on volume, which is nice, but I do not like the price action on this, and that's okay, guys. You will have stocks on your radar that you just don't like, no matter what they're doing, right? It's just they're not easy for you to read the price action. For example, for me, that is usually like a SQ, QCOM. You know, these companies, they come up when they have earnings or when they have some kind of catalyst, but they trade horrible. I mean, it's just their price action is just not fluid. It's just not clean, you know. So I'm not a big fan of that. Not a big fan of that. DWAC falls on that list more times than not. I know that last couple of days have been trading well. You said try to watch something else that I like to trade that I'm good at. DEM, we got a couple on here. OLB, let's look at OLB. OLB, 2.3 million shares traded. They have a nasty pre-market action, Kevin. Here, I don't like what I'm seeing, especially now. Look at the pop you got very early on, and now you're just kind of dropping. You know, I don't see anything good on this here as far as it being explosive. So yeah, you're pushing volume around, but you're up 5.3. You were up probably what, 15 easily or whatever. And sorry, you're at 6.2. Yes, you're probably up nicely 15, 20 plus. And now you're back down at 241. I see this more of a penny stock. So yeah, I wouldn't be involved in this. And just how easily it can be manipulated, man. These lower price stocks, they're brutal. I find them really difficult to trade. So yeah, that's not one I'll be touching. Not one I will be touching. All right, got that plugged in, good to go. Carlos, I struggled with Lucid yesterday, but I know I can be It can be a multi-day. Once it starts, it starts. What are our thoughts on Lucid? Lucid is such an explosive stock, man. It was tough yesterday, but it's such an explosive stock, and it's just fun to watch because, man, when it does get going, it goes. This stock knows how to get into some real nice continuation type opportunities, and I love that about it. And I probably will be watching it today. The daily looks good. But volume is light. It's early. It's not even 8:30 yet. Well, it is going to be 8:30 now, but yeah, it's one of those stocks that it's just fun to keep on the list, you know. Um, but you have those days where, like yesterday, where you're not gonna have that beautiful breakouts that you did the last couple of days. Right? That tends to happen. So, their lockup period is expiring on the 19th. Yeah, yeah. The stock straight fungus. You got to be careful on that. That's for sure. Chuck, let's take a look at Neo. Neo is not on our gappers list, but Neo this morning, again, they traded well yesterday. Probably one of the better trading stocks on the list. This morning, I am not seeing a great pre-market action, or volume is not there just yet, but it's interesting where they're at right now. I mean, EVs had like a little burst of life the last 2 days here. Tesla is showing some of that as well here. Tesla starting to get going nicely, trying to stay in the green this morning. Um, yeah, and Neo's one that we can put on here. Come back to it. We'll come back to that. DE Justin, you really want us to look at DERM, huh? What's going on here? DERM. Oh, we see this one before. I mean, just note this, right? The first thing I'm looking at usually is the daily, what it has done before, because typically stocks tend to trade the way they have traded before in the past, right? That's just what they do. Uh, this one here, for the most part, does not trade very well. Look at this daily. Look what you're seeing here. I mean, what is this? Two trades being traded here, and it's just this stock is older than this, though. I think we've seen this before. Yeah, this stock is much older. Don't know what happened here. Maybe they stopped trading or whatever, but it's just messy. You do not want to be involved with this thing. You don't want your name attached to this a company or a stock that trades like this, right? This is very, very messy. The few times you moved here, you traded what 968,000 shares traded here. Pre-market action looks really bad right now. I mean, this is the optimum no stock here. This is it. You do not want to be involved in this. Um, and look at these spikes happening with very light volume. I mean, 193 going from this thing opened up at 6 something, popped up, came back down. Now, yes, I know this is pre-market and it's going to get better at the market open, but I don't care how better it is. It can get 10 times better than this. It's still going to look like trash. That is just my opinion, right? I could be completely wrong. This thing could be the best things in sliced bread, but I highly, highly doubt it, man. Highly doubt it, especially looking at what it has done in the past year. It just doesn't look good. I think Ford is a hit or miss now. I think Ford is a fun one to watch. I think it's a hit or miss. You're gonna have days where it does some choppiness and days where it wants to break out back up to a 25 a target, and the volume is usually there for them in the morning. But I like their daily. Their daily looks really good for a possible breakout here. It does look really good. I just don't know how much juice they have left, how much juice Ford has left here, because they have moved up a lot, man. They're taking a little break here, a little rest right now, maybe to get going. What I like about it is that it hasn't fallen apart, right? Usually you get this pop here, you hang around, you can maintain it. Maybe you're overbought a little bit, people exaggerated on the buys here, and it comes back down. This thing is holding. So that is looking good. I think we'll crack 25. I think we'll crack 25. I think the hype is real on Ford. They have done an amazing comeback, guys. Look at this. That is $13, just a couple of months ago. Summer, actually May right here was 11 something. I mean, yeah, this could be good. All right, guys, I'm going to take a quick 2 seconds break just to transition. Thor is going to be joining on in the camera shortly. I'll be back with you guys in just literally like a minute. All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market Prep. As I mentioned earlier, hopefully you're having an amazing morning. Hope you had a great day yesterday. Thor, my friend, how you doing today?
Hey, what's up, brother? How
And
you
I can't hear
doing this
you, so you
morning?
probably are on mute. Or is it on my end? Hold on. No, you know what? It's on my end.
Nah, I don't think
No,
it's
no,
on
no.
mine.
It's me. It's me. Volume is
It's
down
you.
here. It's me. I got you.
It's you.
All right.
What's up, man?
Not
Can you hear
much,
me
man. How
now?
you feeling today? Hear you loud and clear.
Oh, man, I feel amazing. You look spry. You feeling good this morning?
Feeling great, man. Feeling
We're
great.
we're all
Yeah.
just trading off here. One day you're sick, one day Norm's sick. But I'll just fill in whoever's like not hitting today.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm down in Florida where everyone's already passed it around like 300%. So we're we're just
It's
ahead of everybody else down here.
it's mutated
so
so
good.
much that it's not hurting anybody no more.
We're actually like five more variants down the road. They don't even know. But anyway, so good to see everybody this morning. Great to to be on the PM show. Always fun hanging out with Carlos. Was enjoying your pre-market analysis for a little bit as we were going on, brother. Good stuff as always.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Um, all right, guys, let's get to it. We kind of went over the stuff for yesterday already, so we're not gonna do that now. Our gappers list this morning looking okay. A couple of names in here that are down pretty decent, like Space. You know, they got a public offering we found out this morning, so we'll see how that is doing, how that's going to trade. Right, pre-market looks good, but it's always funky that that type of catalyst. Couple of things in the green, no big names besides really Boeing. I'm looking to see what BA is going to be doing today. They got a good catalyst out of China, so that's going to be going to have on my list. I already have that one already there. I know TSM is a 4-1, so we'll take a look at a couple of things that as we go through these. And I see some names on here we didn't even bother to look at, and you guys did not even bother to throw them out to me. So I'm already guessing that they do not look great this morning. I'm already gonna guess that these are horrible type pre-market action daily and all that fun stuff. So we'll get into that. I know that this probably was not updated, Thor, for the market pulse, and so don't mind the message on the bottom left hand. But what's going on with the spy, man? What's your take on things? What's happening?
So, I mean, for me, brother, I've just been kind of like paying attention to what's going on the SPY today. The SPY bounced really well, what, 3 or 4 sessions ago now. Yesterday was incredibly indecisive, and we've lost volume on this push. So we continue to try and push upwards over and over and over again. Every time we try and push up, the volume dies. So it just really does not seem like the market in general is currently feeling this to the top side. Our bulls are not initiating. We're not getting short covering as we try to break upwards. Rather, everyone holds. And then when the price goes down, we're seeing lots of selling, right, and not very much buying. So that starts to read a little bit like a distribution to me. So the SPY it almost seems like it's distributing over long term here. So it'll be interesting to see, if we just chop here for a while as VWAP nudges closer, or if we're going to go down and get down there, And I think Niffler in the chat room has some points. I think now that we're into earnings season, I think as the earnings confessional starts to expose the economic situation a little more precisely, I believe we will start seeing some more volatility injected back into the market. Just speaking on a couple of names out there that I'm going to be keeping an eye on already this morning. NKLA has some interesting catalyst. Delta looking interesting, and Microsoft and Taiwan Semiconductor all looking very interesting. Delta with earnings, obviously. NKLA has a 120K incentive perk that just got put out in California for buying their new truck, which they are looking to start distributing there. And then we've got Microsoft, which is coming out back end. Looks like they got a new chip coming out that's going to be server directed. Microsoft pretty close to, pretty on the VWAP side of things right now. So it might be a good buying opportunity. So there's going to be some fun stuff today, Carlos. We got lots to look at.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. This and those names you mentioned, I do have here on my list, guys. If you look at NKLA, I have that there. We have Delta, we looked at earlier, BA and TSM, which usually foreign stock we don't keep on deck, but today might be very interesting. So, all right, guys, let's get through this gappers list. Look at the stuff that we did not see, and see if there's anything that we can put on our list. Starting with BTS. Let's link this up. Here it is, external linking. Add this to our montage and we'll be set to go here. Just one sec. All right, perfect. So BTCS, let's get this out of the way. Up 25%, guys. 6.3 million shares trade. So we got volume here. Horrible daily, doesn't do much. I mean, just look at this thing here. Not looking great. Today they're very, very active, but is the fun over? It's the fun over on this because you had this initial pop. I don't like this initial pop here, and then you're losing every single moving average you can possibly lose and heading down even more. So I don't like the way that is trading there. Float on this
Yeah, they
thing.
they added
Mm-hmm.
Algorand to their to their blockchain infrastructure.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why they're, that's why they're seeing some attention here today. But I agree with everything you said
Yeah, it's
previously
just
about the inconsistency of this thing's trading.
yep, not looking good, guys. So we'll skip on that one. ADGI this morning, also not a great daily. And what do we have going on here? Pre-market 3.6 million right now. Another one that's popped up here. We don't have shares for short on this thing. Gapped up a little bit and now it's just kind of selling down. Looks like the gap up happened really last night. So after hours yesterday had a huge pop here. Went sideways and then now we're just kind of giving some back. So
Yeah,
again, these
Adagio is a therapeutic.
uh-huh.
They've got some COVID stuff going on.
Yep.
They're one of their. It's like a therapeutic that they have. The ADG20 has some neutralizing activity that's showing against, COVID-2 or whatever. So they're getting a little bit of love, or attention, I should say, because of the
Yeah.
therapeutic.
Yeah.
You know what are you saying? EV or COVID,
You
and
hit those
it's
keywords,
moving.
you're gonna have companies just throwing in that in their meeting notes just to throw in a couple of keywords and throw the algos off. But man, you hit that keyword, you're gonna get attention. I just don't
Absolutely. That's
know.
actually a great idea. If we
Just
ever
throw
go
COVID,
public
COVID,
as
COVID. Yeah,
BBT,
yeah.
the company, we're just going to be BBT, a stock trading company, COVID.
Uh-huh.
And
Yeah.
it'll just through the roof.
And throw some EV name stuff out there would be perfect. Um,
EV COVID.
So I don't know how this is going to do today, guys. Not looking good. Let's head on down. ISPC today. ISPC, nice pop here early on. Again, another one selling down. No shares for sure. I mean, these companies are just not looking good, guys. I don't like this. If you're gonna do this, if you're gonna pop up, you're gonna hold here. You're gonna do some ABCD patterns, some high of pre-market, I guess, breakouts, right? Breaking from the highs. Great. We'll look at you, but you dropping like this doesn't do anything for us. KBH this morning. Light volume only 200,000 right now. And this is actually we is this I'm not sure if it's foreign or not, but this one doesn't trade all that well. They had earnings last night, looks like after hours earnings. They're very, very light on volume, guys. They can move through a couple of dollars easily on their daily with very light volume. So that typically translates to really bad intraday action, like yesterday. Look at yesterday here. Just
Yeah,
didn't
I
do a whole
mean
lot.
KB, they had some earning stuff that goes on, and it's interesting, but yeah, I've never seen this stock be just like a really enjoyable stock to trade
Yeah.
intraday. It tends to make a lot of moves after hours and pre-market, and then we'll spend the whole day chopping.
Yeah, I mean, let's look at right. Not yesterday. Yesterday was bad, but let's look at the day before. This beautiful candle here from 41 to 42. If we look at that intraday action, right, we had 3 point. That was what about 2.3 million shares traded. Look how this traded, right? It looks good now after the fact, but if you're sitting in here, man, and the spread is horrible and everything's just not working out, it's just not fun to be in that type of situation. And for the most part, doesn't trade very well. NKLA we do have that's looking good. JKS this morning. No, and this is one that typically has a horrible pre-market action. They can put in some big moves at the market open, but man, look at their volume right here, guys. They're barely getting above 3 million shares on any of their days for the last couple of months, right? So it just kind of
Yeah,
tells you how
and they're
nasty
moving.
this
They've got
is.
an IPO for a
Yeah.
subsidiary on in the Shanghai index, and it's expected to raise about 1.6 billion.
Mm-hmm.
So the attention that they're getting today isn't even actually related necessarily to
To
JKS
them. Yeah.
profitability or any of that stuff. It's actually just based upon this IPO buzz from from a subsidiary. So, you
Yeah.
know, not a relatable. It would be hard to understand really how this actually plays as a catalyst, just with the way that lines up.
Yeah, don't like it. Let's move down to TSM. If it hits the scan, this one tends to hit the scanner quite a bit though, because I look at the turbo breakup and turbo breakdown, and they tend to really be on that scanner. Let's see if it hits that scanner today. I'll be looking out for that. But guys, looking at my list already, right? And from the gappers list, we had a few from early on. We have BA, which looks great. We have TSM, which today actually looks really good. Has a catalyst the last couple of days, trading very well. We have Delta. Thor, you mentioned this. This will be a good one for today. See if we can get going and break out of here. They had a good earnings report. Space public offering, not the best catalyst. This might actually be a possible. But again, these type of catalysts that are not great on big companies like this, they tend to sometimes attract retail traders anyway, and they might do something. So we'll take a look. AMD
Yeah,
here
the
looking,
volume alone will probably
yeah,
gravitate a couple of us.
yeah, I agree. I agree. So let's keep it on here. Again, not the best. If it was a different catalyst and they were trading 2.7 million, we will have a whole different type of pre-market action here, especially on space. But you're not seeing that. You're seeing the initial drop they usually get on that type of catalyst, and then you're seeing the sideways action. Look at this nasty sideways action you're getting here. So let's see. AMD looking really nice now, actually. Look at that breakout there from the previous high. So that's looking very good. And we have NKLA, as you mentioned, Thor. This is looking good also this morning. So I got a pretty good list, man, already. So let's see if
Yeah,
we can
I'm saying
pull off
we're
anything
already
else.
loaded. There's already more than enough to look at here. There's
Yeah,
going to be
yeah.
some great opportunities somewhere in here.
We are good to go. So hopefully better day than yesterday with some continuation and less chop. Delta, we have BA, we have that covers our gap up list, guys. Let's take a look what's gapping down. Space, we just talked about that one. Becky's on this list more often than we would like, but I mean, it's not doing anything. What did it do
More
yesterday?
often than we'd like, for sure.
Yeah, what
We
did
just need a
yeah.
filter to remove Becky.
You know what? There should be a filter to remove certain names like, Becky, ISIG, which is not here today for whatever reason. But yeah, there's some tickers that you just don't want to see on your list. But yeah, Becky here, guys, again, just look at the brutal trading that it did yesterday, right? Just nothing. So yeah, we'll skip on that. Snap, is there a new filter out? What's going on? Do we have a new filter on
Gotta
Snap
be.
this morning?
Gotta be a new
it,
filter.
it, it might not be good because they're down 3% with 159,000 shares traded. So I
I
don't
know they
know.
had some downgrades recently. I don't know if that's today.
Hmm.
Yeah, downgrade. So they're starting to be downgraded from outperform down to market perform, which, since the market's chopping, that's not like, the world's biggest thing. I know a lot of people have been paying attention to Snap, because of the thought concepts going into the metaverse and all of that stuff.
Hmm.
Snap's got some augmented reality things that could make it pretty interesting in the long run. So it'll be interesting to see what it actually decides to do. One thing I've been noticing is this thing has been downtrending below VWAP for ever, and I really just don't see anything volume wise that indicates that this thing's just like a big buy right now. So I would even with the news, I would actually probably not expect like too fantastic of an action out of the stock today.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's just, yeah, it's not fun there. All right, that covers our gappers list, guys, both up and down this morning. Let's take it to the room. Let me go ahead and pull up our chat over here and see what we got going on. Guys, as we're doing this, please hit that thumbs up over on YouTube. It does support the channel, helps us out a whole lot, so we appreciate that. All right, let's start with who we have here. Let's start with Joe. Oh no, Joe, just telling us R1 bounces. Prince Trader, we'll start with you. CCL, low volume, but daily looks a little prime there. Let's see, CCL. Yeah, I mean, CCL, American Airlines, all these companies have this same type of situation, right? They've just been chopping around
Yeah,
and
it's like
kind of like,
travel pretty much.
yeah, stuck in this range, right? CCL, I like
It
CCL
looked like it
because,
wants to just
yeah,
explode right
it
now. Like
does.
CCL's
Yeah.
daily chart just looks like it's wound up so tight,
Mm-hmm.
that it's
Mm-hmm.
just ready to rock and roll. So yesterday, I actually thought it was going to go yesterday,
Yeah.
but then the
Yeah.
market stuffed, and it just got stuck in like a 50-cent range or something like that. It would have been horrible to trade CCL yesterday because of that. But if you look at the daily chart, I mean, it was like, man, if it makes a new high above here, I really think this thing's going to go. It made the new high and just went meh.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's definitely, it didn't sell back down though, right? It didn't go back down to 21 or 21.50. So,
It drew down a bit and then
you
bought
know,
up, so it just kind
it's,
of ran the range,
yeah.
stayed
Yeah.
inside.
It's looking good, guys. Just be cautious, right? It's hitting a big area of resistance. Obviously, I'm gonna put it as a possible.
One
Let's
thing
see
I
if
will
today's
say
the
on
day.
CCL,
Mm-hmm.
Carlos, is that
Yeah,
the cam range on it was super wide yesterday, so we actually kind of did expect it to stay inside.
yeah,
Today, the
yeah,
cam range is much, much tighter. So,
yeah, yeah.
maybe today presents us more of that opportunity if the market moves.
Absolutely. Right now, what we're not seeing though, guys, is volume. We know CCL loves volume. We're not getting that in the
Yep.
pre-market right now. But let's see if it starts breaking out of here, the volume will follow. I guarantee you that because people love
Secondary, maybe
CCL.
secondary list.
Yeah, yep, that's where it's
Gonna
going
keep
for
it on
now.
watch.
Snap, weekly high low snap back in October. Megan, really interesting back in that area. Yeah, I mean, in I don't know. I know Snap trades well when it gets heavy volume. I'm not seeing that right now, but that could change, Megan. We'll keep an eye on it. I know you'll keep an eye on it. You'll let us know if something looks good. We'll hop over there and take advantage as well. Tesla this morning. You can watch Tesla, guys. It's looking pretty good as well. A decent volume today. We have Neil on the secondary list. Let's see if that can get going.
Tesla, did you say?
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
Tesla just removed 2022 production dates from their Cybertruck website. So that's been
Removed.
reported by The Verge. So
Mm-hmm.
they removed their
Yeah.
their 2022 production dates from their Cybertruck website.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's something we got to that definitely is gonna someone's gonna pay attention to that. Let's just say it's not gonna go unnoticed that they're starting to pull out production numbers and stuff like that, and it'll be interesting to see how the market reacts to that.
Yeah, it looks like right now they're liking the fact that that truck is not coming out. What's going on? We'll have
Yeah,
to
another
see.
failure to deliver on the
Yeah,
Cybertruck.
yeah. So let's see here. The pre-market looks good on these guys this morning. Daily also looks very nice on Tesla. If you want to add that to your list, Fabio, you're giving us a few. We looked at MU already. Didn't like much what I was seeing there. CCL we have on the list. MU, like for the semiconductors, AMD is going to be my guy today. Look at AMD, guys. Beautiful pre-market activity, possible breakout here. I like what's happening there. Let's take a look at Apple because usually I'm looking at these tech companies. Apple's pretty quiet right now. Just kind of hugging the previous day close line, not doing a whole lot. AMD's where it's at this morning so far. Let's take a look at Nvidia. We know they've been fun to look at. Even Nvidia looks a little bit better than Apple today as well. So maybe a
The
possible
thing
here.
I like, Carlos, about what
Yeah,
you were saying on AMD versus Apple is the
yeah.
relationship to VWAP, right? Apple is, maybe, what, 25, almost $30 over its average price,
Mm-hmm.
where
Mm-hmm.
something like an AMD is actually sitting much closer to value if you look at its chart, like near VWAP. So
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
without that, I think it's got a lot less downside potential because you've got so many more participants closer to the price. So if I was looking for a good long today, I would definitely be looking more at an AMD versus an Apple personally. AMD also extremely tight cam range, so it could be due for a little bit of
So
movement
pop, yeah,
today.
yeah, yeah. Looks good. I like AMD a lot, man. I like the daily on it. Everything looks pretty nice so far. Trader JD. Let's take a look here. JD. No, I don't know about this one. Usually I will watch something like Baba, right? I'll watch something like Baba. They tend to trade very closely here. So Baba tends to get the better volume. So this is one that I'll keep an eye on. This morning, I mean, they're down 1%. Um, Not sure how good that's gonna be today. Let's just put it as a possible for now. BA we have on deck, guys, looking very good. It's top of the list this morning. Again, they got some good news out of China with their 737, so that is great for them. They can resume service
Yeah,
over there,
time to
so that
maybe
yeah,
resume service, huh? As soon as
yeah,
January. That's really good news for them.
that opens up a couple of things here. MU we looked at Trip. Is this Expedia? No, that's not Expedia, but it's this travel company. It trades really bad, guys. I don't like this one at all. We've seen it a couple of times here. I do not like the way Trip trades. What company is it? Tribago or something? Oh no, Trip Advisor. There we
Yeah,
go.
something like that.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
doesn't do good. A lot of these Trip Expedia type companies, they don't trade well, man. They do not trade well. Citigroup, I don't see
No.
anything happening here. How about West Fargo? My favorite one to trade when it comes to the banks. No, pretty quiet. Bank of America. Yeah, I don't see anything crazy on here, guys. JP Morgan, yeah, I don't see anything happening. We'll have to wait for the market to open up and see what is the sentiment on these banking companies as far as we go. NKLA we have, Nvidia we have, AMC we do not. Also Toro is giving us AMC. It could be interesting. We had some fun in here. Last week? Then from there, it's just kind of been sideways, guys. I think the juice and fun on AMC is over for now. I don't see anything
Lost
great
the
at the moment.
juice.
Yeah, it lost the mojo for now, so I just don't see anything happening there. All right, guys. I think we got a decent list. Let's just quickly scan here. QCOM all-time highs. Man, I don't like QCOM. It trades so
I
bad for
don't.
me. How about you, man? Have you traded QCOM
I
successfully?
Well, I have had a couple successful trades on QCOM, but it's just super hard to time because
Mm-hmm.
QCOM for $188 stock can run from a 34 cent up to like a 60 cent spread sometimes.
Yep.
So it can you have to use these incredibly wide stops, and it really only moves like $4 or $5 in a day. So it's $180 stock that only moves a few bucks, and it runs almost a dollar spread to a half dollar
Yeah.
spread sometimes. So once you use your RVR to reasonably, okay, I'm going to put this 50 cents away. It takes a $4 move before you're hitting any reasonable profit on this thing, and it's just kind of like, meh.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
generically, if you're playing tech, there's going to be some better options. The one thing I will say about QCOM that just stands out to me is it's been consolidating this really high, tight range underneath 195. It's been
Mm-hmm.
rejecting it over and over and over again for forever. So if the market goes weak, this might be one that I would actually watch to peel back down, heavy selling every time it's in a higher range. So, but other than that, I think we got a lot better options.
Yeah, I agree. And when you look at the news here on Benzinga, pull up QCOM. There's a couple of names right next to it that I'd rather watch. Right, you pull up QCOM, what do you get? You get Apple, AMD, Nvidia, and some other ones. So that just tells you there's better, and they actually put them last. So that's probably the order that they want them in. Who knows? But yeah, Apple, AMD, Nvidia are probably going to be much better place here for that type of uh, tech type company. Here's Ford. Yeah, I think Ford is good. I think we can add Ford. I think Ford is the dailies looking rather nice here for a possible breakout above 25, guys. I mean, just look at the higher lows. I mean, the lower highs we're getting here, so that's good. So yeah, I think the hype is there. People are loving Ford right now. So yeah, I can see this thing breaking out. It hasn't sold off yet. It had a nice little pop here. We're holding, as I mentioned earlier. I think we might get something going here. Might not happen today, but if it continues to stay here, there can be an opportunity there. So pre-market
All right.
action,
So
not exciting.
um,
Yeah,
I'm a little upset, Carlos, about Ford, and I have to admit this in a public forum, so I can feel good about this.
let it out,
So when
man. Let
I
it out.
started stock, when I gotta let it out. So when I started stock trading, I started on the Robinhood platform, and they gave away a free share of any stock. Get your first share, and I got a share of Ford at like $5 or something like that. So I decided to go ahead and say this was going to be my first big thing. So I went ahead and loaded up. I had like 100, $200 or 200 shares worth of Ford, and
Nice.
it actually like went somewhere. I sold it a really long time ago. I got super bored with it like 2 weeks after because I was a new trader and had no attention span. I just dumped that thing. But good to know it worked out long term. But now that I feel better
Yes.
about getting that off. So.
Yes, get it off your chest, man. Absolutely. Maybe we'll have like Fridays, get it off your chest type days, so we can just go through things that we do. There's some funny stuff out there that we moderators have done, man. I tell you.
You just
Um,
yeah, it's like AA for trading. Sometimes you just got to say
you
hi.
need that.
My name is
Yes.
Thor Young. I'm really horrible at trading the pre-market, but I can't stop doing it. Somebody please help me.
Yes, yes, I believe. Maybe you change your Thor's day to kind of like a one of those AA meetings.
Yeah, we just.
Oh
Oh, hold
man.
on. I already got my coin. John is my
Oh yeah.
sponsor.
Oh dude, we're, we're,
So
we're in
so
here.
so we're all trade addicts here,
We're there,
right?
man.
So we gotta have our.
All right, guys, let's get going. Over on YouTube, what do you guys have this morning? Let's see what you guys like today. Ear. Oh man, Lionel, I do not like ear as much as I would like at all. This is just a horrible trading stock, guys. Be careful with this, and hopefully nobody is stuck on this, man. Look at this pop it had the last couple of days. It has just dropped down, and then volume just disappears. Say, hey, let's do something. Let's get some people stuck in here. Great, and then boom, let's disappear. Let's just nothing happening. Deserted. It's just no horrible, horrible, horrible. BGFV. What do we have here? No, we've seen this before. Trace horrible. Do not like anything happening here. No volume. Definitely no, no, no on that. SOXL. And actually, I did see this ticker also in the chat. Thank you for throwing that out in our chat here. What is this? Is this a ETF? It's an ETF. What is this thing? Yeah, it's an
Soxwell.
ETF. It's the
Yeah, it's an
ETF.
ETF.
Yeah, it's the ETF here. And what's it for? What's the ETF for?
It's a semi ETF,
Semi. Yeah, yeah,
leveraged. I
yeah.
forget what the leverage is on it, if it's 2 time or 4.
Yeah, I'm trying to
Um,
see here. I don't see it. Just be careful with this leverage stuff, guys. It can move a lot.
3. Sorry, it's 3.
You know,
Thank you,
it's
Sadiq.
three. Okay. Usually in the name it should have it, but I'm not seeing the name here. Either
I
way,
don't know if it's 2 or 4 and it's 3. Come on.
I know, right? So just usually on here though,
Ridiculous.
let's see if I can. Does it have it here? If I pop this up, usually here. Ah, there it is. So here in the name, guys, if you want to see how much it is, they usually have it right on here, times 3. I'm not sure if you could see this. So in the name, it'll give you what the leverage is usually. So yeah, we don't put ETFs usually on our charts, guys. Just be careful with that one. So that won't be on my list, but just be aware of that one. And that really all depends on how that whole sector does, right? It's kind of like watching the SPY. It depends how the market is doing. So there's really nothing to really put levels on and stuff like that. It all depends on the market. INTC, this one this morning, again, I don't see anything great on it. So I will skip on down for now. Neo, we do have on deck. HAL, what's this? HAL, what is this one? Is Hasbrook or this is Hasbrook? No, something else. No, not looking good, guys. Nothing happening there. MR, we'll do a few more. MRVL, this one, no volume. All right, guys, let's get a good one. JD, we look, that's no good. NVIDIA, we do have, that's looking good. Alexander, you're giving us grub. Let's look at grub here. Nice little pop, 9.7. Volume is not there yet. I mean, these guys can move with light volume. They can really move. They almost look foreign. Look at this daily here, how bad it is, right? What's the news today? Is it worth watching this morning? Do we have anything?
Grub. Let me see.
Grub 20 stocks moving in Thursday's pre-market session. I don't see any news on this right now.
Food delivery giants enter year jockeying for deals in turf. It's been on some stocks and focus stuff. I'm not seeing anything just like huge popping out.
Yep. What is a leverage stock? So it's not a stock. It's a ETF, right? So it's not going to be like a CCL leverage, right? It's just usually a sector that's leveraged. And what that means is if the regular stock or sector moves one, let's say $1, well, this thing will move 3 times that, right? So that's what it is. The move is going to be a lot bigger, depending what the underlying companies and stocks do, right? So that's what that is. Usually it could be fun if you're stuck in the right side of things, but if you're not, it could be brutal. All right, guys, let's stop here. Let's go over to our community events and announcements. We'll come back and fine tune this list. I think we have a pretty good list today already with some of the stuff we picked up early on that were not even on our gappers list. There was just stuff that has good catalyst, good movement, BA, Delta, NKLA. Even AMD looks great today, and we'll see. We'll see where it goes.
All right, everybody, we got some community events coming on for you. This week, we got coming up on, or actually, sorry, it is Thursday, which means on Tuesday, we had Ed's presentation of options flow. I didn't have time to make it to that one, but I can't wait to watch it. Ed has been using, and I've seen him do it, an options flow scanner in order for him to get an idea of supply and demand or imbalance in particular directions for stocks. It's a really neat way to kind of look at the bias of the market and to see where everything is stacking up. So if you didn't have an opportunity to catch that one, it is on recording, so you guys can pop in and watch it. Next Tuesday is going to be yours truly. Planning on passing out some red pills here, people. So get ready. We're going to go into the matrix and we're going to be talking some tape reading. So, idea here is we're going to be looking at, getting beyond just the chart, getting beyond all of these and actually paying attention to the market making process and what's really going on there. So when we read that tape, we can tell what's going on. So it's going to be a good time. Hopefully everyone will come by. All right. We had on Wednesday, we had the Mental Edge Series Part 1, How to Think and Trade Like a Professional Athlete to Gain a Mental Edge in the Markets by Kreda. Her presentations have been absolutely fantastic. Make sure you get in there and check that out. It is very interesting how, high-end trading compares to any other high-performance sport, where there would be something like race car driving or anything like that. There is certainly a personality set that seems to fall in there. So I really always love hearing the perspectives on that. Next week coming up, we got our own in-house psychologist as well, Michael Bear, putting out some great trading stuff on psychology. If you haven't caught his book, you should get in there and check that out. In his webinar, he's going to talk about building confidence into trading day by having a well-developed routine. And if anyone knows about building confidence, this former Marine can probably get you there. All right, little shout out for Eamon and Simon. We've got the free BBT replay going, www.stocktradingsimulator.com. It is amazing. And I just don't say that for any other reason than it is actually amazing. You go by there, it's got great data feed and historicals. You can test your plans, see what you want to do, get in there. Looking for strategy and watch list ideas, you can actually submit your email in there. Even if you're not a BBT member, this is for everybody. It's free for everybody, not free for BBT members, free for everybody. You in YouTube land, get in there and check it out. Put your email in there. This doesn't put you on BBT necessarily, but what it gets you going is it actually gets you on a list from Simon and Eamon. They send out watch list ideas. They send out homework ideas. So, hey, if you want to learn how to trade this pattern every now and again, you'll get a drop in your email. It says, hey, on this day and this time, check this out. And you can go back there and you can actually practice real setups coming from real traders. It's going to be a lot of fun. If you are liking all this kind of stuff and you're interested in joining Bear Bull Traders, we'd like a chance to impress you. So come by. We're actually offering for $39, 7-day free trial, gets you access to the chat room for a week, gets you access to a live onboarding session. This is with like Carlos and Kyle, which is our resident tech, along with the master that's running this show right now. Discount code for that is premarket24. BBT really is a trading community, but more than that, it's a trading family. We all support each other. We're all here to exchange knowledge and to really do the best that we can by each other. We'd love a chance to impress you. If so, come on by. Give us that opportunity. All right, thanks.
All right, thank you, Thor. I appreciate that very, very much. All right, guys, let's get to it. Let's see what we have here on our list. Again, I think we have a pretty decent list this morning to start out. It's just a quick recap of what we have. We have BA, we have TSM, which usually we don't keep on here, but today's looking rather nice. Delta Airlines also looking good. We have AMD, which is looking even better now, so it continues to crush it here a little bit. NKLA, man, look at NKLA. Beautiful drop here. That's what you like to see, right? If you're going to drop down, find a base somewhere and then take off again. Just real nice there. 1.8 million shares traded. Love what's happening there on NKLA today. And then Ford picking up volume, as you see here, 1 million already. Man, this thing picks up volume pretty quickly because it was really at like 500 or less and now already at 1 million. So we'll see where that goes. So I think that looks good. Secondary list BABA. We'll have to wait for this to see what happens there. CCL, possible breakout today. That's a good one. We got some good possibles as well. Space, not the best catalyst, but we'll love to see what that does. We have Lucid here, which can be very explosive and actually getting above into the green territory now. So that's good. Volume picking up. Neo also, man, we have so much to watch today. NVIDIA taking off. Man, you got to get picky today. You got to get really picky, as you see here. A lot of tickers doing very well. Let me see here. You know what? As much as I think TSM can probably do something today, there's no way I can keep this on my main list when I have Neo, when I have NVIDIA. Man, NVIDIA is looking really good. I'm going to put NVIDIA up. There's just no way we can have TSM on this here on the main list. So we're going to put NVIDIA up. Even Lucid starting to come alive a little bit. We'll give it a little more time. If that happens, 4 might get dropped off. We'll see. But everything looking very good this morning. Delta Airlines, BA are so right now. Yeah, let's get some levels in, guys. We got a good list. BA this morning. Let's take a look here. High of the pre-market sitting all the way at what is this? There we go. 225.17. So we'll put a level there. I'm gonna scroll right on to look at that level there. It's just not a random place. Obviously, you can see here on the daily a couple of touches right on there, especially here. You can see the support and resistance you're getting around 225, 17-ish area. All the way up here, obviously a level, and BA can move very well to 233.77. In here, not the best recently, but before in this September, October stretch, you did get a lot of touches here around 228, right? So I'm going to put that on there as well. Towards the bottom, guys, plenty. You do not need to add anything more. You're pretty much set here as far as levels goes there. Here's Delta looking good right now. So again, Delta's range, it's just been stuck here, right? It's just been doing some ping pong action between 41.65 and 40.50, right? Today already we actually hit that range all the way down here, very, very low of the pre-market, probably a couple of massive trades being dropped there, right? At 40, and now we're back at 41.65, which is the top of this range. They have a positive catalyst, right? They had great earnings today. So maybe that can push them up to something here. 41.85, high of the pre-market. And then you have a slight level here at 41.95. I'm going to mark that there. That's the highest target that we have here on this daily range right on there. So going to mark that down there just to see if that's going to cause any problems for us on the way up. As we look to the left here, let's get some levels up here, guys. Nice one over here, 42.77, tons of resistance and support happening there. Obviously, you got your big levels up here, 45.50. In here, the daily's not looking great. Let's see, can we find something in midpoint here that might make sense, might be worth putting on there? I think 43.72. You do have a lot of touches on this. So you got this area here where it's a lot of days slamming up against that 43.75. So we'll throw that on there. Towards the bottom, guys, plenty, especially with the highs and lows of the last 2 trading days. You're getting this stuck in this range there. Let's see if we can break out of this range today. That would be nice. If there's a catalyst to do it, is obviously good earnings, right? That's the way to do it. So let's see if that's gonna play out nice today. AMD, guys, looking really good in the pre-market. Volume picking up 193.73. We know these tech companies haven't had a nice couple of days here. We're getting a little bit of a bounce. Had a kind of flat day yesterday. Are we looking to break out today? So surrounded by the highs and lows from the last 2 trading days. So that's good there. Let's get a level towards the top over here. We have one right over here at a 143, might be 144 actually. Yeah, you could do 144. It's just an area, right? You see a lot of touches on there as well. Towards the top, another area of resistance here. And then obviously all the way up here, you got some more levels, 152, 156. I don't think we'll get there, but we're ready if we are going to have that type of blockbuster day, right? We'll see. NKLA, guys, beautiful pre-market activity, up 6.6. 1.9 million shares traded. So the volume is there today. They're definitely moving well. And Thor, I think you mentioned they had, what's their news today? I forgot. They have something going on today, right?
So NKLA reported its Trey Better electric vehicle got approved by
Yeah.
California Air Resources Board as a zero-emission vehicle. And NKLA's California-based customers just recently, new legislation has now made them eligible for a $120,000 incentive per truck.
Per truck, man. That is nice. 11.35, guys, high of the pre-market. Towards the bottom, you got plenty. So definitely some good positive news for these guys, and they're hopefully can capitalize on it today. Hopefully we can capitalize on it today as well. With some good moves here. So pre-market looking very nice so far. Here is Ford. It's just a hit or miss. I don't know. I don't know what this thing is going to do today. We'll have to see. Their daily overall looks good, right? Hopefully, you're not, if you're getting a good position, you don't sell too early like Thor did. But we'll have to see.
Absolutely.
We'll have to see how it goes. Guys, this is your all-time highs. I know it's not, but this is your 10-year, 15-year high here. So I'm not going to go back and get levels above this, right? If you get above 25, we're hitting some recent highs there. NVIDIA, guys, looking really good. You can watch NVIDIA, AMD. I don't have Apple on my list today because AMD and NVIDIA look a whole lot better, and Thor explained that earlier. If you joined late, you can always rewind YouTube and check that explanation out. But yeah, NVIDIA looks really good, guys. 284.60, high of the pre-market. Towards the bottom, plenty of levels here, highs and lows from the last 2 trading days. I'm going to mark down a level right over here at a 293, might be 294 to be exact, and then all the way up here. Another great area, man. It's 304. Look at this 304 and this 293. Actually, look how great that is. Look at the action you're getting here. Stuck within that range, broke out, created a new range up here, came back down, played in this is crazy. It played in a bigger range than actually this one, right? All the way down to where this previous day closes, where you're getting a lot of support on 260. I'm telling you, NVIDIA's daily looks great. It looks really, really good. After October, we had this insane breakout and then we've been playing nicely with these ranges over here. So can we get
I mean, the
above
spot
this?
where it
Yeah,
bounced, when it bounced off of like the 260 area, I
yeah,
mean, if you
yeah,
go back into November, I mean, that was such an obvious shelf. Like if it fell off there, I mean,
yeah,
it was
yeah.
gone. It was going to head back to like VWAP on the daily or something like that. But nope, bought right off of it. Nice little solid volume on the
Nice
boost. I mean, it's
bounce.
this
Mm-hmm.
thing's been trading, but you gotta. The only thing I can recommend you, and most of you gotta make sure you get an extreme on it. The problem with Nvidia is trying to trade it close to value or trading it inside where you're going to get chopped up because Nvidia will chop you and then it will go on a beautiful run. And so you got to be really careful. Make sure you, if it starts to sell, let it sell for a minute, and then see if it bounces. If it bounces there, then let it set up its daily range and then play the break of that range. But if you try and get in too early on Nvidia, it's going to make you pay a couple of entry fees before you're able to get that one the long way.
Yeah, yep, absolutely. All right, guys, I think we're all set. That is our watch list: BA, Delta, AMD, NKLA, 4, and NVIDIA. Let's take a look here, guys, what our moderators are watching. I got a couple of there already. Guys, if you could send that up, 916. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to resize this over here, guys. Over on YouTube, hit that thumbs up. We appreciate it very, very much. It does help out the channel a whole lot. So let's bring this over here. Let's see what our moderators are looking at this morning. So we have a Thor. I'll let you go through your watch list.
Yeah, so I'm keeping an eye on tech today. I think AMC, Microsoft, Taiwan Semiconductor. I'm just into tech. I'm into where it's at, and Qs and SPY both look in like they're in tight ranges. So I'm expecting a potential breakout in the market today, one direction or the other. We'll see what happens. I'm also really liking NKLA, Space, and Delta. Now. My list has actually moved a little bit. Space has moved into some ranges. I'm now interested. We'll see how the catalyst plays it. It makes it a secondary. But really liking a few of those. So and then NKLA, I'm going to see if this truck rolls uphill or not.
Yep, you got it. Avon here, potential long CCL and Tesla. Dima likes AMD, BA, American Airlines, and MU. Peter, couple of IPOs for today. You got two there and one SPAC opening up. Peter's also looking at his watch list: AMD, Apple, Space, secondary list: TSM, ADGI, and Delta. Brian is looking at his list here: Delta, BMBL, BABA, NVIDIA, ENPH, and also Space. And Mike is looking at BA, TSM, and Delta for his watch list. So, guys, you have it. There you have it. We are all set to open up this day, looking very, very good this morning. Over on YouTube, thank you so much, guys. To answer a question here, Lenka B is asking, why can't we skip ads anymore? You know what? I think that's a YouTube thing. I think they decide if you pay a little bit more on your ad, we won't let you. We won't let the viewer skip it. You know, that is the thing that they control. Unfortunately, we cannot control whether you skip an ad or not. So sorry about that, but we definitely try to limit those as much as we can. Guys, over on YouTube, thank you so much. Please hit that thumbs up. It does help out the channel. We're sitting at 198 likes. Let's give Thor for joining us this morning a big thumbs up. We appreciate him covering for Norm. So, guys, take care. Trade safe. It is Thursday. So we will see you guys at 8:30 a.m. tomorrow. Remember, no engineering the markets on Friday, so we start at 8:30. Depending how things go, I might hop on a little early. We can have the same conversation we did today, a little bit slower pace, and kind of go through a couple of things. So maybe we'll do that around 8 o'clock tomorrow. So take care, guys. Stay safe, and we will see you guys tomorrow. 224. Thank you, guys. I love being above 250 on the likes. Makes me feel nice and warm inside. Love it, guys. Thank you. Thank you so much. Take care, guys. And Thor, thank you for helping us out this morning.
Always a pleasure, my friend. See you on next time.